Lee and Tiffany Lakoski are some of the hardest working people I know, as they own and operate several large farms in southeast Iowa. Their hard work has definitely paid off, as they are in the final stages of completing their lifelong dream home. During the design process, Lee and Tiffany reached out to us at Pfister Faucets to help them with the designing of the kitchen and bath spaces, as this is no ordinary home. While working in Iowa, Lee and Tiffany asked if I wanted to stop in and take a tour.
Actually, it's turned out like better than I would have anticipated, to be completely honest.
So where did you get this piece from?
We actually got that from like just this little local, and you know what, it was mine when I was a kid. But
I know this was extremely important to you all when you reached out to us that you got to make this one special, and I think y'all did really special with the toilet and this piece and the faucet.
It's still a work in process,
too.
you know. Like I said, this is the one like most guests that come over will never see our bathroom or the kids' bathroom. This is the one they use. I said we want this to be something cool, you know, and unique or like different, you know. And so it was so cool with the, you know, with the faucets. And there's the tenant ones. I'm assuming that you know, come right out of the wall. Just something a little bit different on that.
But even this, you know, like the rectangle sink here, actually, it's like it worked out perfect in this because it threw like a modernization to that versus like.
It did.
Just keeping it looking like a saloon, you know? But it's like, I love it. It actually all tied together perfectly. The construction journey to me has been like, I feel like almost being pregnant for like 15 months, where it's like never ending, where you're so close, but yet so far away. So when you're pregnant, you're just like, oh, I'm just along for the journey. I feel like it's a little bit of this construction process. You're just along for the journey. It's like you're on everybody else's time frame of how to get projects done. So what works really well with like Lee and I is he would show me things that he would like, and then I would try to spin it to things that how I would see it, and then we would take both of those things and kind of go in the middle, because my idea of rustic charm sometimes and his idea of it was like a little bit different, and how to blend that was a little bit of a struggle sometimes. But like I have a chrome faucet, which like Lee at first was like, I don't want that, I don't like that, I don't want that, I don't think it's gonna work good. So I'm like, I think you're wrong, I think this is gonna look better. And it was just so nice that, because he could pick the faucet out, but I could go with the finish, so that was really like a nice feature. So you kind of can appease a lot of different things when you could go, okay, I like that style, but I'm gonna go with this finish. So that worked out really well for us at least, you know, the design process of that. But I love that sink though. I love that combination.
Right.
Because like I would have never put that in the kitchen, but in here it works.
When I was looking at it in the picture, I thought it looked so cool with that, but I didn't realize that was just a whole spring. I thought it was still stuff, but it is awesome to be able to move it around like this. You know, it's almost like you having the dog wash thing too to spray them, but obviously you'll have just a shower cord for that. But I think that's super cool the way you just you can move all that stuff around.
It's a really cool feature.
Back on there. Hey, you got water.
It works hot and cold water. This is our laundry room. This is my favorite, one of my favorite rooms.
We grew up in the city, and my parents were from the Iron Range up in northern Minnesota. So we'd go and visit my mom's parents, and I still can see it as plain as day right now. Big cattle barns. And, you know, most of the barns you see now are all metal, but back then, you know, most of the stuff was wood. And that's kind of the way I wanted it to look. We wanted it to look like it's been here since 1940s, something, you know, just the look of those old barns. And so to me, we nailed it on that. It is hard thinking of all the hardware, faucets, and everything in here because it is so unique. I wanted that look to match it, but you know, for us, we live in the country. It's not like we live by any city that you can go in and see stuff all the time. We just even know what's in style right now.
Let's be honest, we live in Keosauqua, Iowa. It's not like we're out and about at home shows, and he's certainly not on his phone or on social media looking at like trends in the, you know, home building industry and stuff. So it's like, you know, he's seen stuff that he's liked in the past, and he's pretty simple like that, where I like that, it worked, and I'm like, yeah, but that's not the direction we want to go. So we were able to kind of combine both our ideas and thoughts, and I feel like we really nailed it, in all honesty.
We reached out to Pfister, and they were awesome. For us, they had such a huge variety. It doesn't matter what kind of house you have, they have it for it. But the nice thing about with Pfister, it doesn't matter if you have a castle in Spain to a barn here in Iowa. They have something that's going to match. And you know, I think we, on all the faucets and everything that we have, everything from the door pulls to toilet paper holders, I think we nailed it for this house.
The kitchen looks amazing, especially the way y'all have that sink position look out.
Really, like this whole house is just like designed about being able to look outside in nature, because that's like what we like, you know? It's like just almost like a continuation of being outside when you're inside. And I mean, if you're gonna wash dishes and you have to wash dishes, I mean, might as well look out at something cool and use cool things, so.
Yeah, the style of all these faucets and stuff, I think we just nailed it in here. That one just, you know, at first when we had copper sinks, for me, you think, okay, the old bronze colored ones, that would kind of match that. And you're like, no, that was, if you built this house in the 80s or 90s, that's what you do, but now you do the black. And I wouldn't have ever even hardly thought of that, you know, but now when you look at it, it's like, yep, that's what you want. You want is the black and here to kind of keep a little bit of modern to it, as well as, you know, it to incorporate some modern, know that it's a new house and not, you know, something that was built in the 90s. But
no, this looks amazing, and being able to, you put this in the, you know, this is the entertaining area. This is where everyone's going to be.
Yeah, we kind of learned that from our last house.
Yeah, 100%.
That everybody sat up at the kitchen counter, just like this one, and that's why we built this one very similar. That most of the time we sit here, and but then you could also look out into the living room part if other people are out there, and you know. But that's where everybody seems to congregate, is around that. That's why.
You know, it's because I'm in the kitchen, and maybe they just want to be around me.
You know, I always tell people now, you know, it's like the first house we built, and it'll likely be the last one. But you know, but not really, because I mean, it's just like to me, it's like, you know, you walk into most houses, you walk in a house. But I want it to be like, oh wow, look at that, and not with stuff, just the house itself. Interesting stuff, but that it still all goes together. And I think that's it. The faucets and stuff that we have in there too are interesting to look at. I mean, they catch your eye when you look at it. It's something that a lot of times you think it just disappear, but they really match the house and our whole look on it.
This has been something we've talked about for 20 years, obviously. It's like everything we've worked for, but yet you can't really say that, because obviously it's just a structure, you know what I mean? It is something that we worked so hard for. So like this is like, oh my gosh, this is like really a dream come true, a long time dream come true and stuff, but it's been a crazy process, that's for sure.
It was an honor to be part of this amazing project. After years of planning, hard work, and determination, Lee and Tiffany are finally completing their dream home with no detail left unturned. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that turn a house into a home. At Pfister Faucets, we're proud to offer options to help turn your dream home into a reality.